Hey, on the channel, we're back at it with another KWK Kayfabe Heroes Retro unboxing. This time with Yoshi Tatsu ×4.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Wrestling Retro unboxing and review. And today, we're back at it with the KWK brand, this time with Yoshi Tatsu ×4. But for all your KWK needs, hit up Shop KWK. You can hit up the Asylum store. A lot of places you can buy these, but of course, very limited figures. You got a window to order them. After that, forever hold your peace or go to eBay is what you got to do. And a lot of people having to pay up for these figures in the aftermarket, as we have seen. But of course, you can go to the KWK store, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Yoshi Tatsu ×4 here today. I'm here for that. And we've seen that with the KWK brand, making multiples of each character for different regions of the world, different quantities, and we're going to see that with Yoshi Tatsu here today. Of course, we unboxed the Mantar on the channel, an all-timer if there ever was one. One of my favorite retro figures of all time. I'm going that far with that one. We also saw Max Moon. We saw PN News as well. So we've seen a lot of figures. Now we got Yoshi Tatsu. Next up, we should see the Los Conquistadors. Then we're going to see, I believe after that, La Resistance. And then we're going to see TJP and Takamichinoku. So a lot of stuff coming. About a 30-day window to pre-order these most of the time. So you got to get in, you got to get out, and you got to kind of be paying attention to things like this, as we do know. But let's dive into these figures here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off all the packaging on all these. Then I'm going to take them offline and get into the figures. As we got 4 Yoshi Tatsus here. Now, I can see some people saying, how many Yoshi Tatsus do we need? Well, apparently it's 4. But I think for a lot of people, they probably are good with just one. You guys tell me in the comments. We're going to show the first one off right here. This is the 1 of 100 exclusive Yoshi Tatsu right there. Looking good right here in green. Looking interesting. And obviously all these are based on the same pose, same figure, just painted differently, as you can imagine here. But you can see up top there, 1 of 100 KWK Yoshi Tatsu. You can remove these in and out from the package, but of course it does have tape, so you got to cut the tape. Once the tape's cut, you know it's been opened. I do prefer that there. On the back, got a few things. We got the cross-sell back there behind Yoshi Tatsu as well. I do have my name in here. It's always cool to see Kyle Peterson right down here, so I appreciate them thinking of me on these kind of things. So very, very cool to see that. KWK Branding Company 2024 on this one here. But very cool. But I'm going to go off to the next one next. We're going to go to the red edition, variant A, 1 of 140 on this one here. Looking very, very cool in red this time. Yoshi Tatsu once again. This time, though, he does got the shirt over the top, where this one is shirtless. So there's obviously some differences here. Yoshi Tatsu got his autograph there. On the back, height, 6'1", 225 pounds. Born August 1st, 1977. Real name, Nofumi Yamamoto. How about that? Then it does list down his accomplishments right there. A guy that's been around a time or two, as we do know. But looking good in red right here. But now we're moving over to variant B, and this is where business picks up. We got the shirt on this one, but we also got face paint. You know me, I'm a sucker for face paint. We got face paint on our Yoshi Tatsu here. Ages 18 and up, adult collectible. 1 of 130 in the variant B. And then, of course, on the back, same stuff going on back there. Get yours from RMM Enterprises, Asylum, and ShopKWK.com. That's where you're going to go for these. And then the fourth and final version here, 1 of 130 variant C Yoshi Tatsu. Once again, we got a jacket on this time. No face paint on this one. So we get 3 with no face paint, 1 with face paint. So very interesting breakout right here. I will say The artwork or the photography on here is a little bit grainy. That's the only kind of gripe I have with the packaging on these. It's a little grainy on the picture, but you still get the point across. You know who it is. You get the purple carding here. I like that you got blue, red, purple, and black carding, making them feel a little bit different between them all. I do appreciate that for sure. But there it is, old Yoshi Tatsu ×4. Gonna take this offline, get all 4 of these out of the box, and we'll be back talking all things KWK Yoshi Tatsu. All right, we got Yoshi Tatsu ×4 out of the package here, part of the KWK Retro line. I guess we'll go down the list. We'll take a look at it here. We'll start with the green Yoshi here, the 1 of 100, I believe it was. You got Yoshi Tatsu here. He's got a screaming head on him. Got that mouth wide open. Heck of a dental plan. Wherever he's going, they're taking good care of his teeth, of course. Long black hair, a little bit of blonde in there as well. Big oversized head on this one. And I haven't, it's been a while since I've measured Yoshi Tatsu's head, but it does seem a little bit big for the body. Not terrible though, and we know with these retro figures, they're very stylized. That's the way they have been all the way back to the Hasbro days. So I'm not against that there, but it is a big head on Yoshi Tatsu. Love the dragon artwork on the tights. Love the green color and then the black boots down there. Little red, little knee pad action. 2 fists of Yoshi Tatsu Fury right out of the package as well. Looking pretty good. Now, this is numbered, and it is number 33, my lucky number. Also, good friend of the channel, Jose Canseco's number. And, of course, in Little League and through high school baseball, I was always number 33 as well. So, shout out to 33 on Yoshi Tatsu. But we're going to keep moving down the line. We'll go to this Yoshi Tatsu. This time, a lot different as we do got the jacket over this one here. And then to make matters even crazier, we got face paint. Now, it is the same head sculpt here. Black hair instead of blonde, we get the red streak. And then we get the very cool kabuki mask. I guess not mask, the kabuki face paint, maybe. That's kind of what it reminds me of right here. Once again, the body's going to be identical on here. You got the black arm bands instead of the red this time. I got a little bit of rising sun going on there. Looking good, though. You got all kinds of writing here. We do got the dragon on there once again. A little artwork on the back of the jacket as well. But looking good, but a darker version of Yoshi Tatsu, this time with the face paint, of course. And these guys are a little harder to stand up. I will say there is no peg hole, so you can't put them on a stand or anything like that. But there we go. Yoshi fighting me a few times to stand up right here, but not terribly bad. And he is number 20 for those keeping track at home. Number 20 on Yoshi Tatsu there. Now I won't get him to stand again. There we go. Nope. Oh, there it is. Yoshi standing up right there. Standing up for all the people is what he's doing. But now we're going to move down the line here to the third Yoshi Tatsu. Once again, got the jacket going on, but this time no face paint. Black hair with the red going on. You got the same logo on the back. Basically the same figure as this one. A little bit differences, of course. Same writings on there. Same flag on there. We got the dragon again, this time in yellow instead of red. Similar but different. Obviously the red instead of the black over here, but one has face paint, one does not. There we go. And down here we're number 88 for those keeping track at home on Yoshi Tatsu. The final Yoshi figure we're going to walk through the articulation on, so be ready for that. But he does stand okay. There we go. How about that? Now we're going to the fourth version of Yoshi Tatsu right here. Once again, looking good. So it's like really coming back. So you got the red stripe in the hair for these two. Blonde stripe for these two here. Obviously same heads across the board. Fist of Fury once again, and then you got the dragon down here on the tights, red boots on this one, blue and red on the overcoat here. So very interesting, only one of them does not come with the overcoat. So it's interesting. It really just comes down to how do you prefer your Yoshi Tatsu? Because I think most people that buy these, they're probably getting just one Yoshi Tatsu, and you got to go, okay, do I want face paint? Do I want shirtless? Do I want one of the jackets? And if I want one of the ones with jackets, what combination do I want? So you really got to sit there and think of how you want to get these is really what you got to end up doing. Now articulation here, head a little bit of side to side, arms up and down. Almost looks like he's punching himself in the face, but you do get the arms up and down right here. Very bushwhacker-esque. You're getting an arm back and forth there. You do get a waist articulation, and that is it. Usually we don't get any more articulation from that out of most retro companies, as we do know. Number 5 on this one down here, so only 5 on this one. So the lowest KWK figure I think I've ever received, it would be this Yoshi Tatsu right here. But looking very good once again. But it definitely looks like Yoshi Tatsu, and I know not everybody's super familiar with Yoshi Tatsu, and I'm sure most people watching this channel probably remember his time in the WWE back in the day. It never was a tip-top star, but of course, Sean over at KWK, I believe, is his manager these days, so that's pretty cool for him, and obviously a bigger star overseas than he probably is in America, but I'm sure he could still do some damage if he came back to America for a match or two. I'm sure he could figure that out if he wanted to. Can I get them all to stand? Probably not. Probably not. But I'll do a little lean job. Nope, I won't. Oh my gosh, this one. Fighting me on the stand. That's the way it goes. But we got 4 of them. Right here, very good figures. The quality continues on these. Not really any gripes for me. The biggest gripe I have is probably the picture on the package. Maybe could have been a little bit crisper. I would love to see it if they had holes in the bottom so you could put them on a stand. I always like to have that option, of course. But I do like that these are individually numbered. I do understand and I do like that they're getting the most out of their molds, creating a lot of collectability out of these, as we know. And we also know Sean over at KWK does send out prototypes to people too. So that is a pretty cool thing. I do have the Mantar in my collection 101 sample. That is a pretty fun thing to have as well. But not too bad, Yoshi Tatsu. Now, obviously not my favorite character, not my favorite wrestler, but I respect things like this. I enjoy things like this, and I like getting deep cut characters. I guess everything's deep cut depending who you talk to, but a little deeper cut than, let's say, a Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior. I think that's fair enough right here. But very fun figures. Not sure everybody needs 4 of them, but 1 wouldn't be bad if you're collecting the retro style figures. And these ones are very, very nice figures too. A lot of the retro figures maybe look a little cartoony, a little bit more Hasbro-like. I've said it since the get-go. These always feel like the evolution of what Hasbro, 30 plus years later would have morphed into. They would have got a little bit more realistic down the line. And that's kind of where this brand sits for me in my brain, maybe your brain as well. But there it is, KWK Yoshi Tatsu ×4. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this one here. You pick up any of these Yoshi Tatsus, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, as I said earlier, right now, go to the shop KWK, use code Kyle, save 10%. Pre-order TJP and Taka Michinoku if that is your thing as well. Up for sale right now. And then, of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel. You guys know that by now. Appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 is where you're going to find me on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. And of course, my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks WWE Classic Superstars Series, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and now newly released on Kindle. Check it out if you have not. So for another KWK unboxing, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.